All right, Jeff,
guys.
give him help.
Thank you. Here for the band. Yeah. Yes. All right. All by myself. Yeah, does everybody miss Gabe as much as I do? Yeah. Well, I guess we'll just get right into it. I hope you guys are having such a good time and a great day. I certainly am. Spending the way walking along the seawall in Hoboken. Really nice. It's a beautiful place around here. All right, let's get into it. Let's start here.
Hi, Jeff.
Hi.
My name's Michelle.
Hi, Michelle.
I just wanted to say this was yesterday was the first time I'd seen you in a panel or whatever, and I'm going to be honest, I didn't love Asmodeus, but you are amazing.
Oh, thanks.
So funny. And we just fell in love with you, and I was thinking, I know you've done like soap opera things, and I've seen you on Supernatural, but have you ever done comedy or stand-up? Because you're hysterical.
Oh, thank you. I have done comedy. I was on a show called The Detour. Anybody saw that? It was on TBS. And the comedies, I haven't done stand-up though, but the other comedy stuff is, I've done a lot of obscure films, short films, and I always try and infuse some sort of comedy into even the most serious of roles. Like I thought Asmodeus was hysterical at times. Maybe that's just me, but no, I'd like to do a lot more comedy. I have one director friend who said that sitting on a gold mine with it. When am I gonna mine as well? So, if anybody out there has some other scripts.
Thank you.
Thank you. And next question.
Hi.
Hi.
So, two things.
Okay.
One, did you feel like your character's death was somewhat sudden, like it happened really fast?
Yes.
I didn't quite believe it at first that it actually happened. And then, secondly, how do you feel about the correlation that's been connected between your character and the similarity of Colonel Sanders from KFC?
Every time, I'm never gonna escape it. I don't see the similarities. I just
You don't?
no. I mean, maybe I don't know. Never seen Colonel Sanders. He has a black tie. Let's see.
Okay, so if you had a black tie then.
Well, Colonel Sanders, he doesn't have hair on his cheeks, and he has white hair, and he wears glasses.
You're just getting too specific.
And Colonel Sanders has short hair. And Colonel Sanders can't decimate people by going like this. So yeah, I don't see it. I don't mind it, but I don't personally see it.
Thank you. Hi, I'm Amy.
Hi, Amy.
Hi, I really enjoyed meeting you at Con yesterday. You were just like light up the room, so thank you.
Thanks.
I just wanted to know how you do your animal noises so well, so I was really impressed by that.
Pure instinct. Pure channeling instinct. And my throat is paying for it today. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I sometimes, it is not all animals, but I have an ear for some. Like the mourning dove. You guys, not everybody was at karaoke, huh? Yeah, babies. That's, what's that? Yeah, so does that answer the question? How did I do it? I don't know.
Thank you.
How do I do it? I don't know. Thank you. Hi.
Hi. Just first off, I had a blast on stage last night.
Oh, cool. Me too.
Thank you. Anyhow, so my question is, if you could be in any other TV show, what show would you be in and what character?
Wow. That's a big question. Show that's on right now or that has ever been on?
Anything.
I say The Sopranos. And character, I mean, I couldn't be, I wouldn't want to be Tony Soprano because nobody can do it So I think it would have to be someone like, maybe like Christopher. Not that I could do it like him, I just don't, any character in there. I would actually like to be a character that wasn't in there, that was written for me. So that's my favorite show of all time. No offense. No offense. Thanks.
Hi.
Hi.
I'm Andrea.
Hi, Andrea.
I just want to say, first of all, you were awesome at karaoke last night.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, I should think of a fourth career with this thing, huh?
So my question is, if you could change one thing about Asmodeus, what would it be? Or would you keep him the same and not change anything at all?
First thing I would change is have him be indestructible. Other than that, no, I loved him. I loved everything about him. Actually, no. I mean, I guess it goes along with being indestructible, but I wish that he had those powers on his own so he could have stuck with it. Because I think his powers, you know, were dependent on getting the juice. So if he would have somehow been able to cultivate those powers on his own, I think he could have ruled hell!
Thank you.
Thanks. Alright, I'm getting my exercise done.
Hello.
Hi.
So last night you did a lot of singing.
Hi.
Hi. So you sing, right? Like you do this professionally?
No.
Like you need to because you're
No.
amazing.
I'm telling you, I found something through these karaoke's. I don't even do karaoke other than this. And I think it was first when I was in Vegas con. Yeah, Vegas! It was the first time I like really just went for it. And yeah, and the more cons that go on, the more I'm singing, I'm like, I can't tell if it's because there's such an echo on the mics or there's backup vocals, but I'm thinking, sounds alright.
It's good. It's good.
So yeah, no, I'm not a singer.
Yeah.
I'm a singer.
Thank you.
Thank you. Hi.
Hi. I wanted to say thank you for last night.
You're welcome. Thank you. I had a blast.
When you came down and put the mic by me,
Yeah.
do you remember that I asked you an autograph?
To do it?
Yeah.
Yes, I do.
And
But then when I came down, there was no words to be singing, so we had to wait for a minute.
yeah, wait a minute, then I sang.
Yeah.
But I know karaoke isn't your whole thing, but I tell you, you are.
Hey, maybe I should start a whole fourth career with karaoke.
Especially
Karaoke host.
Especially with the animal songs.
Yeah.
Especially with the animals.
Actor, painter, sometimes filmmaker, karaoke host.
Yeah, the animal sounds.
Yeah.
I went to sleep last night. I couldn't stop
Nice. Good. My throat couldn't stop thinking about him either.
But I'll see you later at photo op.
Yes, you will.
Thank you.
Thank you. Hi.
So, the first song karaoke yesterday is still stuck in my head.
Me too.
And, my question is, if you could use a song that's like describe your personality, what song would it be?
I'm sorry, say that again.
What song would you use to describe your personality? And like, yeah.
What song would I use to describe my own personality? I'm on a highway to hell.
Thank you.
Hello? Hi.
Hey,
Hi.
Jeffrey.
Hi there.
all I have to say is I love you, and what was your favorite thing about playing the badass character of Evil Colonel Sanders, aka Asmodeus?
Well, thank you. My favorite thing about playing Asmodeus, I said it yesterday, I'll say it again, was everything. I loved everything about this character. Like, you know, there are sometimes you'll get a script and you'll play characters and there's things you go, you know, it's challenging to make it work. Some certain lines or certain things that they would do, there was nothing out of character with this guy. All the writing, everything about it, I love. And then there's this, which is even, what a gift, this was something, I had no idea. When I first got on, people were kind enough to send me tweets going, welcome to the Supernatural family. I was like, oh, okay, cool, I don't know what this is. Now I know what you guys mean by the Supernatural family. It's a beautiful thing. Thank you.
Hi, I love you.
There's so much love in the room, I love it. It's great.
I know that Misha, Jensen, and Jared, and like a lot of the cast like to play pranks on each other. Have you ever been pranked by them, or have you like pranked them, and what was it?
There wasn't so much pranks. There was a lot of funny stuff that happened though. When I had Jensen and Misha on the ground, Jared and Misha on the ground, and on that my final episode, and I was like going like this, like this. We had just been talking about hot peppers, and what was the hottest pepper we had all eaten and everything, and then we start doing that scene, and they both were, and it worked. They're like, let's make a face like just eat hottest pepper that you can imagine, as I'm like taking the life out of it. So they're like, and it worked. And it was hard to not laugh because I know what they're doing. I know what they're doing. So yeah. Such a fun set.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
I'm ready. Hi, Jeff.
Hi there.
I'm Anne Marie, and I'm the mother of like a really big fan. My son David loves Supernatural. I love all the characters.
Nice.
But I got a question about your new role that's coming up on the Young and the Restless, which is my favorite.
Oh, good. Right on.
And I know you play a character named Simon.
Yes, Simon.
And are you going to be connected with Sinclair, lawyer, or Adam Newman?
Now, you know I can't say a word about this new character that's not been on the air
Okay,
yet. You know I can't.
I tried. No spoilers. No spoilers.
No use of, no harm in trying. But, I can't say it.
Welcome to the show. I'll be watching.
All right, cool. Yeah, it starts November 1st.
Yes,
It's the first
I will be
episode.
watching it, and that's my favorite show.
Awesome,
And
right.
Supernatural is also one of my son's favorite show, and now
that's
I
cool.
became a big fan.
That's cool how that worked out. I met a lot of General Hospital fans here too. I used to be, yeah, you better Carlos! Free Carlos! Thanks.
Hi, oh my gosh,
Hi.
I love you too. I was wondering if you could be any female character from Supernatural, who would it be?
Wow, that's a good question. I mean, first one that comes to mind is Mary. She's badass. Matriarch of them all, so yeah, Mary. Thanks. That was what you asked, right? What female character would I, okay. What female character would I want to be on the show, on Supernatural? Mary.
Hi, I'm Amy, right here in New Jersey, and I wanted to know what was the best and worst professional advice you've ever received?
The best? Wow. Start with the best. Ernest Borgnine told me once, I did a few episodes of the show called The District a long time ago, and he was on, and he was like 82 at the time. Had been, you know, he worked until he died, and I said, "What do you have? Do you have any advice for a long career?" And he said, "Mind your business." And he said, "I don't mean it like, you know, hey, mind your business. I mean, mind your business. Make sure you're where you need to be. Make sure you're on time. Make sure you're ready. Make sure you have your lines down. Make sure, just make sure your mind's on the business of acting. It'll be good." That was good advice. The worst advice, I think it's probably from me. God, I changed my name once to Jeff with just one F. Because I wanted to be different. So it's like J-E-F Parise, and they were the worst headshots. I think I still have some of those lying around. It was when I first got to LA. Because I got to LA and I'm like, oh my God, this is not what I thought it was going to be. There's a lot of Jeffs out here. There's a lot of people out here. And a lot of actors, so I gotta do something to stand out. And that's what I did. One F. Yeah. Yeah, then I started booking roles.
Thank you.
Hi.
Hi, I'm Felicia, and you
Hi,
just
Felicia.
mentioned GH, and I'm a fan of both Supernatural and GH, and
Cool.
there have been a lot of actors who've been on both shows. So what Supernatural actors should be on GH, what GH actors should be on Supernatural, and what would they be?
I think Maurice Bernard would make an amazing villain, or an amazing demon.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God. Yes. He would make a killer demon. Finola Hughes would also make an incredible witch.
Oh yeah.
Woo, she's very witchy herself. She's so great. And then I think David Hyde Jones should definitely be on General Hospital as a corrupt doctor. Yeah, a corrupt gynecologist. Turns out he doesn't have a license.
Hi. I don't know if I can actually speak after that. So first I wanted to just tell you that you were like so fun, it's ridiculous. And you were actually the first celebrity to ever acknowledge my presence on Twitter ever. So that was really cool, so thank you for that.
Celebrity? What?
But I wanted to ask you, so a lot of us come to Supernatural Con, like we check off a lot of stuff on our bucket lists. Meeting you guys and like doing this is like really big for us. I just wanted to know if you'd be willing to share something that you want to check off your bucket list.
Yeah, I want to go to Africa. And really master some of those animal noises. First-hand experience. Go on safari. No, I'd love to go on a real proper safari and just see it while it's still there, and hopefully play djembe with master djembe players, the African hand drum, which I'll be playing with Saturday special later on tonight. So yeah, that's on my bucket list.
Awesome, thank you.
You're welcome.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
First, I wanted to compliment you on your art. You appear to have many talents.
Thank you.
And I did post on my Facebook group for Supernatural asking if people had questions for you. One of the common ones was the voice your idea, or was that scripted?
A little bit, well, mostly scripted. I just ran with what they had. They said that the reference was Frank Underwood from House of Cards. That sort of, and then I just took it, put him way down into Nolan's. Yeah, I felt like he was more of a Nolan's kind of guy. Which I know Frank Underwood was from Louisiana, but I don't know if he was from New Orleans or not. But, so it was already, it was already in the script. But this was one of those auditions, it was one of those parts that I got when as soon as I read it, I was like, this is mine, and it was never went away. Like from working on it, while I was reading it, it just felt like it flowed, and then when I walked in the room, it was that scene where he addresses all the Crowley minions, and as soon as I walked in the room, there's like all the writers and producers and director, and I did that, and I felt like Asmodeus.
I would agree. I think you did an amazing job, and I did like the character.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Hi, Jeff.
Hi.
All right, first, loved you last night. You were the highlight of the evening.
Oh, thanks.
And I wanted to ask, as far as playing Asmodeus, what do you think was the most difficult and the easiest part of that character?
The easiest part was there was a lot of ease around him. There was a lot of ease to playing that part, and a lot of it all starts with the writing, because if it ain't on the page, it ain't on the stage, and it was all on the page. So I just really had to follow the map that was given to me. The hardest part was keeping that soup clean. Yeah. Crab service was challenging. A lot of eating like that.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Hi. So just the way the speakers are facing, I couldn't hear, so I apologize if my question was asked already. What are top 3 things on your bucket list to do?
There was, yeah, so she asked what's the top 3 things on my bucket list. We just said the one is Africa, going to Africa. Okay, number 2, get on an incredible HBO show, because they're doing some of the best. I think they're just doing such incredible work on their comedies, their dramas. And number 3 bucket list, get some paintings into a museum.
Hi, Jeffrey.
Hi.
I've been thrilled to learn more about you since you've been on Supernatural. I love watching you there. I had not realized you were in one of my favorite shows, Jericho. Yes.
Yeah!
And I know, I love that show.
Who all saw that episode? You know who I had the scene with?
Yeah. I'll forgive you for that one.
I punched out Richard Spade.
Yeah. You leave Bill alone. So,
He got his revenge though.
Yes.
Took a while, but he got his.
Yeah. What I really wanted to ask you about too is, I know it is on Vimeo now, but I actually had the privilege to see Mama Bear, Matt Cohen's Mama Bear, at the Philly Film Festival. I just loved it. I was thrilled with how many Supernatural people were in it, but you had like a big part and probably one of the most memorable and entertaining. Your character just really shone that. So what was that like for you? How did you like doing that, working with Matt? And are you hoping it might get greenlit for a full film too?
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, that was great.
Hell yeah, I'd love to expand that character. I really, yeah. You know, it's funny. First of all, thank you. And it's funny that a lot of times friends will do short films or projects, and you know, when they give you the script, you just cross your fingers that it's any good at all. And this one was more than good. Like it was another one of those characters that just really read. As soon as I read it, I'm like, I know who this guy is. And I had mentioned The District before. This was a show that I did many years ago. And it was a very similar character, and I thought, I'm gonna pull from this character from like 15, 16 years ago, add on to him and make him this guy. And when I showed Matt that and I suggested this, he's like, that's exactly him. And he had called and said, you know, he had been trying to cast that character for a while, and he said, and then all of a sudden you popped into my head and I couldn't hear any other person saying lines. So it all was so smooth. And he's a really great director because same way Richard Spade is, you can always tell when the director has acting experience. They direct differently. And I really, really enjoy when they do have acting experience because I think they get characters in a way that not all directors always do, because a lot of other directors have so many other things they're having to think about rather than just the performance. And when the director's really focused on the performance, I think everybody shines, and I think that's one of the reasons that movie is so incredible. And he also has had in the ring of all the action sequences, and I mean, he was really an amazing directorial debut for that guy. Check it out, Mama Bear. Oh, I'm in there.
Hi, so I heard you're from Indianapolis.
Yeah.
I am also from Indianapolis.
Ah.
And I was wondering, how did you get out?
I drove. I didn't discover acting until late high school, my senior year, and then I was like, that's what I want to do. And I went to college for a couple of years just to study theater. And then I just thought, you know, all right, I kind of got the basics, let me go out and try it. And so, $700 in a dream, I drove across the country. And here we are. Yeah, it was just, I think it's also, I didn't know any better. Like, I just didn't know that, and I'm pretty grateful that my parents didn't know any better either, because they were like, yeah, you can do whatever you set your mind to. And we had no reference to this, because none of my families are artists or actors or anything like that. And so we just saw what we saw on TV and thought it was possible from ignorance and hubris. And through many years of ups and downs, a lot of downs, and climbing back up, it paid off. Hi.
My name's Emily. This is my first time at the con, so I'm really excited.
Yeah, welcome, Emily. Yeah!
So my question is, I personally find Asmodeus to be a very intimidating antagonist, but I don't find you intimidating at all, which is a compliment. And I want to know, is it difficult to watch yourself in such a malicious role?
Not at all. Not at all. No, I love playing bad guys. I just think, again, though, especially when they're well written, there's nothing worse than a badly written bad guy. But if it's well written, you can really have fun with it and find the justifications as to why this person is like they are. Oh, it's the best sort of exorcism that you can do. And personally, I think that might be why you see this light energy that you see from me, because I put it all out there and then keep it there. Whereas a lot of people don't have an outlet for the dark energy that's in all of us. So I'm able to balance it out through my work. Thank God.
Thank you.
Hi, my name is Camila, and let me tell you that you're so good at making those animal sounds, and I would like to know which is your favorite animal, and if you wanted to have it as a pet.
She wanted to know what my favorite animal is and what I want to have as a pet. That's a tough question, because I love pretty much all animals. I mean, there's a couple that are assholes, but first of all, I don't have any pets. But there's has anybody seen Valentino? Yeah! Okay, so Valentino was a wild bluebird who visited me on a daily basis for 2 years. I'd keep my door open, and he just appeared one day on the doorstep, and then I saw him like really in the middle of the doorstep, like, and I'm sitting on my couch. I said, "Come on in." Walking around, he's looking around, and I have my phone. Started recording them, and looking around, he's looking at the paintings, looked at me, looked back, like, flew away. Next day, I put out some pine nuts for him, and came back the next day, comes in, jumps up on the table, gets the pine nuts, looks around, flies back out, and my mind is overall. So I started recording his visits. I also noticed like what it was doing to me. It was just a really profound experience for me, especially at that time in my life. And I would sit very still with pine nuts in my hand, and I would slowly start to take away where I would leave them, put like one, and then the majority of them would be in my hand. And I'd sit there with my coffee in the morning and he'd come in, and I'd watch him fly around looking for where all the pine nuts that used to be there were, and then he'd see this and he'd get close to my hand and fly away. Well, this went on for about a month, until finally he started eating out of my hand. And he came back, like I said, he would come daily, and sometimes he'd disappear for a couple of weeks, sometimes a month, sometimes 2 months, and he'd always come back. And I ended up making a short film about it, about the whole experience. And I put some writing over top of it. My neighbor, who's just an adorable 8-year-old girl, she did the narration. And it just walks you through what I went through during that experience, and I think what a lot of people probably would have gone through had they did that themselves. So I never wanted him as a pet, though. I never considered him a pet. I just considered him a wild friend who would come and visit me. And I've since had to move from that house, and it's amazing because everybody, one of the first things all my friends would be like, "Whoa, what's gonna happen with Valentino?" And strangest thing, I was told last November that I had to leave that house. He came in